Hey guys, good afternoon. How are we all doing? Welcome to a very impromptu live stream here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. So stick tight. Got a little message early this morning that there would be a press conference for a significant off-field announcement. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like impromptu press conferences or impromptu news from the club. So basically, what we're going to do is we're just going to hang tight, wait for some news to filter through. Paul Sebastiani is going to join me as soon as the press conference finishes. And what we'll do from there is we'll get all the information from him. But from what I can see online already and what he's texted me through already, it looks like this is going to be to announce Ampol, a new sponsor. From what I've read here on the Carlton website, it says that we've unveiled Ampol as a platinum partner for the next 3 years. They'll basically they'll have their logo on the top back of the Guernsey. So I think we've gotten rid of the Tripper deal situation, which I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I like the Ampol logo a little bit better. So I think that's what the news actually is, but Paul will be there and I'm sure he'll ask other questions throughout the press conference. And once he joins me, we can ask him to tell us everything that we need to know. But how you guys doing? What's going on in your world, guys? Who is here? Hello, Kate, Lucinda, Eric. Sorry to frighten you, mate. How many of you actually working from home? Who's here just working from home? And who's here actually tuning in from work? That's what I want to know. Yeah, Shan, free fuel would be great. This will be also a little quick live stream. Once we hear from Paul, we'll get all the information from him, and then we'll call it a day. We should be in and out within half an hour, I would have thought. Also, we've got the show tonight, so 7 p.m. I'll be back on. We've got a few things to get through, but otherwise, it's good to hang out during the day. This is different. I'm not used to being online with you all during the day. What do we got? Maz, you got a day off. Chris, you just finished work. Great. Love that. 1 p.m. Alistair was rained off. Wilma, Jasmina in the office. Hello. Thanks for being here. Michelle, you work from home 3 days a week. Nice. Nicole, I think a few people are in this boat as well, just working from home. Kate, you've got the life. That's what we're all working towards. Retiring. That's what it is. Well, a lot of you work from home. That's very interesting. Adam, I scared the willies out of myself. I saw I got a text this morning and it said the club would be announcing making a significant off-field announcement, and Patrick Cripps would be appearing. So I'm like, what's this going to be? Also, I don't know about you guys. I get very sensitive this time of year just because of whatever. I'm not going to put it out there, but any shocking news, anything like that, I just get super, super sensitive this time of year. I kind of felt that a little bit from you guys as well. So, yeah. Also, one thing about tonight as well, and also for next week, just a reminder, we've got 7 days until the giveaway is going to be happening. So for those of you who missed the show last Monday, we've got two prizes to give away. We've got a ticketed event. First prize, well, actually, that's first prize. We're giving this away. The 90s bomber jacket. So you'll see here, old school Hyundai. I think somebody in the chat can correct me. I think this is from 1996. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's 1996. It's definitely late 90s. So that'll be first prize. And then the next spin of the wheel will be Corey Durden's signed 2023 Guernsey. So you can see the signature on the front and also you can see it there on the back. So basically, one ticket, one entry equals you get 2 shots, 2 spins. I'm going to put all your names in a wheel, and I'm going to spin it. Wowdy, 96 were all sponsored by Adidas. Okay. It's a late 90s bomber jacket. Yeah, I'm giving it away. I am. Yeah. So I want to get some new feng shui for the studio. I like to update it. This will stay. I've wanted this forever, and Michael Jordan's just very important and special to me. But there was a little bit of symbolism with this. So I've got the Stronger Together t-shirt underneath, and I was having a look at it, and I noticed, you got the old with the new underneath. So I want to do something a little different on this side of the wall. I might even switch over put this here and then put something new behind me. But anyway, I will be giving 2 great prizes away. So link is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. Ticket costs $17. And you get 2 spins with 1 ticket. And we're going to do it at 7:30 p.m. next Monday, the 18th of December. So somebody's going to get a really, really good Christmas present. So yeah, Blues for Life. I'm sure it's late 90s. I'm sure of it. I mean, I don't think it's 2000s. It could be. I got it off Footy Finds off Instagram, and I'm pretty sure it's a late 90s bomber jacket. But anyway, that's that. What else is happening, guys? Lucinda. Some of the texts were very similar to this that I received. Spent half an hour convincing that it wasn't a personal career news, half of that convincing myself it wasn't bad. Best result was for this to be an announcement of a major sponsor. Not going to lie. That's the ideal. I don't know what the deal's going to include. If that means some free fuel or discounted fuel for Carlton members. But I'm very happy so far to see that it looks like the Ampol sponsorship is the only piece of news that's important. So I tried to make this as unshocking as possible. So I think we've done that. Yeah, Genki Rose, that's exactly right. Nah, nothing bad. Nothing bad. Paul Sebastiani will be here shortly once he finishes with the presser. I don't think we've heard from Patrick Cripps at all this preseason. Yeah. Oh, Mick. Oh, yeah. Also, for those of you who watch the Jumper Punch, Mick in particular, I deleted the Jumper Punch episode by accident last week. So for those of you who were watching and wanted to catch up, disaster. It's gone, unfortunately. It's gone, not able to be retrieved. So apologies for those of you who were watching it. But yeah, we'll fix it up. We'll fix it up from here on. Anyway. Yeah, that's right. Ampol, the A, be on the back of the Guernsey. I don't know if this means Tripadil's gone, but personally speaking, like my own take, I wasn't really a fan of the whole Tripadil at the top here. I thought it was a bit much. Don't you think? Instead, you just get like one logo in the middle and it looks a little bit more clean. I mean, I personally, maybe I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I don't mind sponsors on the front, but I feel like the back, if we're going to put like big, long words up the top, you might as well just have their names on there. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think cheap fuel is only fair. 17% off for Carlton members. That's what I'd be doing. That's how I'd be doing it. We've got to manifest 17 as much as possible. Yeah, Max, I'm with you. Where does everyone else sit? Actually, no, I can't do that. Where do you guys sit on names on the back? I mean, given we put sponsors on the back of Guernseys, so now that we've breached that whole back of the Guernsey, space at the top, what would you prefer to see? Names or sponsors at the top of the Guernsey on the back? Last names, Shan. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm totally with you on that. Should put the names on the back. I think it's only the right thing. Yeah, I never felt that way. I always felt like the number was fine, but it was only until they started putting sponsors that I thought, well, if you're going to put something there, you may as well put their names. I don't know. It's a very American thing, but now that we've got big long sentences up the top, I feel like we should just put their names there. Roaming has, what up? Very good, mate. Hey, Roaming has. For those of you who haven't checked out Roaming has, go check out his YouTube channel. In particular, I think it was it the Melbourne final? Has when we did a little something at the front of the game. I did like a very nice prediction on the game day vlog. Jimmy, sponsors at the bottom, names on the top. Oh yeah. Well, we've got. Well, this is this year's 2023. So I don't know what's going to happen in 24. I'm with you. Sponsors at the bottom, names up top. I think that's the move. I also don't know if this is going to be our major sponsor on the Guernsey this year. I'm still a big fan of Hyundai. Yeah, interesting. I feel like 5 years ago, nobody wanted names on the back. So that's interesting to see how that's changed. Sponsors on the front. You don't think the name should go on? You can't even sit at the ground. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I think it's more for. I feel like the names would be more for like memorabilia. So if you've got a signed Corey Durden Guernsey, it's got Durden at the top, and he signs it. I just think it's aesthetically better, but definitely not for game day. I get that. Yeah, Brody, I think we still do it for the warm-up tops. Adam, Norton's was great. It was lovely. Very low key. I'm glad we did it. I was a bit lazy to organize something. That's the truth. I just couldn't be bothered. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, but it was nice. It was good to do something and just catch up with everyone. The off season gets a little lonely, you know. Good question. My favorite Carlton Guernsey. I just like this. I just like this. Like home. I just like it. I just love it the way it is there. I don't really have a particular one. If I had to pick one, like a special edition, I would probably say the 2017 Blue Out Guernsey, where they had like just like the stencil of the CFC, and it was sort of like navy blue on the inside. Jazz, I hated light blue. Hated it. Revenue normally over. The question is, what's lost if we did the name on the back? Well, yeah, nah, for sure. You lose a 3-year platinum sponsor in Ampol if you don't have names on the back. I think we'll find out at some point if Tripper Deal has gone and if they've been replaced or if this is in addition to. But I haven't seen Tripper Deal really on anything, even backdrops yet. So I don't know about that. All right. Paul Sebastiani is imminent. Awesome, mate. He will be here shortly, and we'll get all the details. Wildy, yeah, the best Guernsey is the one from 79 to 83. Is this the era? Yeah, it is, where we won 3 in 4 years, 79, 81, 82. Yeah. All right, the man is here. Paul Sebastiani.
Hello,
how are you?
Very well. How's my connection? All good?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Crystal clear. Very good, mate. 3-year deal for Ampol.
That's it?
Yep, 3-year deal.
The punters, including myself, we're just sitting here patiently. We get news of an impromptu press conference for an announcement off field. And I tell you, I've never seen people come up with theories quicker in my life.
What was the overriding theory? What was the most popular theory?
I won't tell you on camera.
Okay, right. Right, okay. Yes, major off-field announcement. That's just par for the course with these media things. So, I'll tell you what, the big fella, the captain, he's rocking some sort of tan. I'll give you the tip. He looks very fit.
Yeah, I did see
Yeah,
the photo you
shredded.
put up.
Yeah, he's shredded. Solid media scrum too, mate. They're about, I reckon, 30 media, 40 media, something like that. Yeah, it was pretty busy. So the place is buzzing at the moment. It's absolutely buzzing.
Question, I don't know if it was
Yes.
covered.
Yep.
Does the Ampol sponsorship mean that Tripper deal is gone?
That's the mail I've got.
Oof.
I think
Because
so. I
Tripper deal,
don't hold me to that, but I think it could be the case.
yeah, because I was reading and they were saying it was going to be at the top of the back. So that's this
Yep.
year's.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm wondering
it's
if
up on
that
there.
means,
The Ampol's up where the Tripper deal was.
were they wearing the new Guernsey?
Yes, they had the old display with the Ampol representative there, so plenty going on.
You reckon they get an invite to the Penfolds lunch?
I don't know. I just find it funny that what do we get? We're getting a fuel sponsor. And there's going to be no more fuel cars left in 10 years, aren't there? Is that the?
Yeah.
Is that the
Well,
a bit of cash flow is always nice.
absolutely. So a 3-year deal.
Yep.
Is that it? Was there any other bit of information from today? Any murmurings?
No, there's always the first two questions that are asked about the sponsorship deal, and then they get into the stuff we're really there for, the footy stuff, mate. So I don't know when the actual press is going to be out, but yeah, a few interesting questions that were thrown at him, which were answered in a I don't know. It wasn't the usual corporate spin we get, so it was nice.
Good, very good.
Yep.
Very, very good.
I'll give you. So I don't know if you saw on his Cripps' Instagram, he posted a book. There's a book about not caring about what others think.
Yep.
And I asked him about that because that's what a good journalist does. They go and do their research. They go get a bit of background information. So I asked him about it. He's yet to read it, but he listens to, and maybe it's something that others can get onto. He listens to a podcast that's done by a guy by the name of Michael Gervais. So I think it's to do with performance and getting your head in the right space and getting your mindset in the right area for elite performance. So he mentioned that he's yet to sort of read it, but it was all to do with the external noise, and they don't listen to that, and blah 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 blah. When they say, "Oh, I don't listen to external noise," is that? Do you believe that?
I think they see everything, and then it's a matter of how well they are able to filter it out.
Yeah, I think the more mature you get, the better your filter is.
Yeah, I mean, Australia's small. Melbourne's even smaller. So,
Correct.
you're in this
Correct.
bubble where you can't escape the noise. Also, I mean, I think when you're a young player, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess when you're very young, you're still looking for validation of
course,
yourself as an athlete, and you probably get that from media.
Yeah.
And I think once you get to Cripps' age, you've already validated yourself. You've already got your place in the team, so you don't really need that external validation.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that there's also a case too where, if you don't have that external pressure and you don't have that pressure put on you, well, you can never get better, can you?
Yeah.
Someone needs to put it on you.
Yeah.
If it's not yourself, then because we always say and some people are just not self-motivated. They need to kick up the backside, or they need to be roped in by someone else to get a move. Everyone's different, but yeah, sort of asked him about what's the competitive edge with regard to the team this year, because I think you can often get and as football teams as well, you can often go down the path of just trying to be what everyone else is. We want to be a tough contested team. We want to be an efficient team. Oh, we want to build up our play from the back half. Oh, we want to build up our play from forward half turnovers. So I asked him what the competitive edge compared to other teams is this year, and he sort of said that it's hard to say because you don't know what other teams are going to bring from season to season. So I don't know. I guess we'll see it as. I don't think he purposely kept his cards close to his chest, but I guess we'll see it as the season unfolds. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the competitive edge is this season. Is it our being tougher at the ball than everybody? Is it being a bigger club than everyone? Is that our advantage? The momentum and how palpable it is, and the wave and the riding the crest of the wave. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I guess that's part of it. It'd have to be part of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's this new. It's really weird because for a lot of last season, it was looking like a lot more of what we'd already seen, just unable to climb the mountain. And then all of a sudden, you go from can they make finals to can they win the premiership because they've made the prelim and they looked really good doing it. And if they can sustain that form in the second half of the season into going into next season, they're as good as anyone on any given day.
Yeah, I think even you could see on his face too that I reckon if you think of it, it's the first time a lot of these players, especially him, it's the most successful season they've had.
Yep.
Going into a preseason, I don't think you can underestimate that because for the first time there's no, and he actually said, and I'll quote him, he goes, "I don't like the word expectation." So I don't really know. I mean, you've got to probably delve a little bit deeper into it. And I mean, for those when the presser comes out, they can watch and make their own opinions of it. But I find it interesting, and there's a lot of rhetoric coming out of the club about, and I think it is true with a lot of elite sports organisations, that if there's too big of a gap between expectation and reality, it can be a really dangerous spot because what you expect and what the actual reality is can kind of blind you. So I don't know. I feel that there's the positive and the winning momentum we brought into this preseason. You would hope it's the first time these guys have gone through it, mate.
Yep.
Like I'm saying the core group. How do they deal with it? That I don't know. No one knows because it's the first time this has happened. Every other time it's missed the eight. We finally get there and we're a couple of kicks away from a granny. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that. How do we deal with that as fans as well? Because don't forget too, we had the blowtorch put on us last season as well, and rightfully so. It's not just we ask of the club and ask of players to improve as well. But you know how big I am on that. Like we're part of it too, and media's part of it as well. So I don't know how anyone's going to deal with it until it all sort of comes along. And you keep saying it as well. There's going to be a point in the season where the form just lulls a bit, just that little bit. Yeah, how long that lasts for, it's determinant on all of us, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So I think now that we've seen them get themselves out of a situation and do something, I'm hoping that gives us a little bit more, trust with them that they're going to be able to figure it out,
Yeah, well, I reckon Cripps looks at it now and he thinks, well, mate, I've been through, for lack of a better phrase, so much shit with this club that now I'm sort of starting to turn the corner and I'm still at the peak of my powers. So there is no reason for me to. I mean, not that he'd ever drop off, but you can kind of understand when they get into their, early 30s and they haven't achieved anything on the field with regards to finals. Like, God, here we go again, same stuff.
Yeah.
But now he doesn't have that. So I don't know if he looked fitter. He just looked like he was ready to rock and roll. He's a monster. He's a beast.
He's a big boy.
Oh, mate, he's huge. Like he is massive. Like, I mean, you go out on the field with a bloke like him, and what else? Nothing else needs to be said, mate. It's just come with me, lads. But he mentioned too. Actually, he did mention Jack Carroll come back in pretty good order.
Okay.
So. Yeah, I mean, they're going to say, I don't want to pick out individuals and all that kind of stuff, which is, obviously they're trained to sort of say that. But, Jack Carroll, the one that I also picked out to be one of the improvers next season, is one that he sort of picked out as well. So it's his fourth season now. He's got to start taking responsibility for his football, and he'll lead the line wherever it is now. If he goes to VFL, he'll be one of the better midfielders in VFL, and he's got to make the most of it, I guess. So, yeah, there's something, I don't know what it is today, and every time I've been into the club the last couple of times, and I don't know what it is, but there just feels like something's changed because everything has changed on the field.
Yeah.
There's just something different about the place. I don't know. There's a buzz around here that I don't know. It's a non-tangible thing that I think could turn into something.
It's an energy source. The last few times I've been to the club, I leave just happier.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not stressed. I'm not thinking like, oh, you know, like if this and what he could have, should have, would have. It's just more, okay, we're good now. We're bona fide, and it's more around, don't drop it. You know, you've got it. Don't drop it.
Of course. Yeah, and I think even too, like the first couple of presses that we did, and I know it's pre-season and everyone's up and about, but the first couple of press conferences the club has had has been like it's not, oh, here we go, it's 9:30, oh my God, it's just another thing I've got to do. Feels like everybody's ready to rock and roll. Feels like everybody's just chewing at the bit and ready to get out there. Not because they're trying to right the wrongs of the past, but because they need to continue on from what they did last season, it's never been the case.
Yeah.
It's never been the case. We've done this for years and years, and you know, all the media's ever said about Carlton for the last 20 years is not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. When's it going to turn? When's it going to turn? And now it's finals last season. How are you going to progress into a grand final next season? What are you going to do to progress into a grand final next season? So Cripps did mention this too, and I think it's a big thing as well, and we can't underestimate it. Stability. It's massive.
Yep.
That is the biggest thing I think that's going to come of the last two seasons that will set us up nicely for this third season under Michael Voss. There's barely any player movement. Coach movement has been to a point where it's actually benefited our staff, where Ash Hansen can take more responsibility for the role that he needs because Jordan Russell's in there now. So you cannot underestimate stability, and you said it too. How can you test stability if the boat isn't rocked? And it was.
What's that saying? Before the sunshine, there's a lot of rain.
Yep. Before the light, what is it? I think that is it. You'll see the light. The darkest point is just before the light.
Yep.
Yeah. The darkest point is just before the light. So, you know, if you stare long enough into the abyss, eventually you'll see the promised land. So, I can see it somewhere there in the mirage that we've seen for the last 10 years, and we've just got to try and manufacture it into something realistic. So, you know, I think there's also a sense of, and you mentioned it too, I think in your preview of Zach Williams with Joey, that there seems to be a sense of maturity now within the leadership group because of family. And Cripps mentioned, I think he went to like 6 weddings during the off season, he said. So, you know, you can't family when you have kids in a family and that kind of thing, it grounds you, I think. And I don't know, but I've seen it with my own family and seen it with close friends and whatnot. But I think it does ground you. It gives you that added sense of responsibility for everything you do in your life. And I think that's what we're starting to see with a few of these boys. And we said it, this like they're turning into men now.
Well, they've got
still an experience.
They go home and I mean, I also don't have kids, but I've got friends who have kids and family members who have kids. And the one thing that they say is, you know, it's not about you anymore. You can't be selfish. You're responsible for another life. So, yeah, I think that's also a big part of the journey of this group. They're becoming fathers now, you know?
Correct. I think, actually, funny you mentioned that. Cripps also mentioned that at training, they've sort of, and I don't know if they've purposefully done this, it's probably just something that they've implemented, that they're not trying to beat each other. I mean, you are to a certain point. You've got to be competitive. But he mentioned that rather than trying to beat each other, we're trying to make everyone better. It's all right. If I know I'm better at this thing, if this certain facet of the game than a teammate, how can I make him better? Rather than, I'm going to beat him to the spot, I'm going to beat him to the ball. How can I make the mate next to me better? So, I don't know. Things have shifted here. Things have changed because they have changed, and I think it's, as far as we can tell, it's for the better. mate. And I don't look pre-season. You don't want to get sucked into the everyone says this, everyone says we're up and about, everyone says it, but we actually are for the first time. It's not, and you and I and all of us on what we do, we're the harshest critics with regards to all that. We try not to get sucked into all of that, but I don't think this season is about that at all, or this pre-season is about that at all, because it's actually, there's something there to show that, okay, yeah, there's a reason to be positive this season rather than just blind hope or blind faith. So, like I said, the presser today and the pressers we've had so far in the pre-season have been, there's just something here. I don't know how to explain it. Well, you know what I think next year's going to happen, but anyway.
It's the vibe of the thing. That's how you explain it.
Hey, look, there's a screen up here at the moment. Look.
It's funny you say that.
From a while ago, my friend.
Yep.
I've got an inkling that that's going to be the case, but I mean, Ampol 3-year deal. Welcome. Come on at the right time.
Welcome to the club. It's a great. Is it just the logo that's going to be at the back, or is it going to say?
It actually looks all right. It actually looks.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? It looks like, you remember the old AFL logo?
Yeah.
With the big A and the bloke kicking the ball with the It looks a bit like that. A bit like that. All so right. Big youngies just walking past. There's a couple of players up and about. So,
do you think we're up and about when we're doing a live stream at 1:00 in the afternoon for a new sponsor?
We're sick. We need help. I can't wait. I've got to give a shout out to my mate Griffin, and he just he's a Hawthorn supporter, right? But he's not diehard footy, but he loves this, like what we do.
Yeah.
And I'll tell him, I'm like, oh yeah, Carlton's training at 9 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'll be there at 8. He goes, you're all cooked, but in the best possible way. Saturday, 9 a.m., 8 a.m. See you there.
Honestly, it's so hard to get a competitive advantage in this league, but this is it. It's people.
Yeah,
driven.
We are.
Yeah,
we are. And look, as much as, do you know what I think as well? And I was mentioning this at work to a few people at SEN, and look, media professionals, you've got to, stay unbiased, stay objective, all that stuff. Great, and I do try to do that to a certain point. But if people know what your biases are, just make them known, because you look like more of a deal if you don't.
Correct.
Mate, even when we're on air or whatever, mate, I don't care. It makes for great entertainment. It makes for great talkback. It makes for great discussion points, and ultimately that's what it's all about. We're all, regardless of your job title, regardless of who you are. I mean, ultimately, this is what this channel's about, and this is what media's all about. You're all talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of opinion, So, I think our competitive advantage is this. Media and the fan base, and there's no one like us.
No.
How many podcasts are there?
We're in the 30s almost.
Okay, we're in the 30s, right? I mean, we're going to have 100,000 members this season. We're probably going to outnumber Brisbane up there in opening round. There's going to be 95,000 at the G come week 2 against Richmond. Bring it on, mate.
Yeah, and we're still 3 months away.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's still 3 months away.
Like Saturday morning. So I don't know, you guys at home, guys and girls watching at home, who's going to open training this Saturday?
Yeah, let us know.
Yes or no? Because I'm thinking it's school holidays. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's a Saturday,
and
I'm thinking it's going to be a full house.
I hope so. Well, I'll be there. I've got actually my 2 beautiful little cousins, Sophia and Alessia. You saw the photo I sent you. They had a little there was like a footy clinic they had, I think, with I think it was Matt Kennedy, Matt Cottrell, and Tom De Koning. And let me tell you this, shout out to my cousin Maranella as well for brainwashing them. Sophia and Alessia, they are rusted on now. It's at a point. Yeah. It's literally at a point now where the only thing I talk about with them is, who's your favourite player? You can guess who their favourite player is. Charlie.
Yeah.
And that's all they want to talk about. And now Sophia, the oldest of the 2, she's starting to do the social media posts and showing everyone, I'm a Carlton girl now. So they'll be. I'm certain that they're going to be there on Saturday. So that'll be the first training session that we go to as cousins, which will be very cute.
That's
Which is,
beautiful.
that's what it's all about. It's all about family and friends and winning flags. The 3 Fs:
Absolutely.
family, friends,
Absolutely.
and flags.
Yep. Amazing. Well,
So yeah, that's that.
that's a great update. Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
Pleasure, mate. Outside of that, I'm just looking at March. He's doing some one-legged squats with he's got the weights up on his chest with the chain. He's got a massive shiner on his face as well. The big
Good.
fella.
You like
Yeah,
that?
I think he caught one from Kerno a couple of days ago, from what I got told. So, yeah, there's a bit going on, mate. He's got to fire up, mate. You got to fire up.
Well,
you got to get fired up.
Marchie actually brings up a really good point. He's healthy
Yep.
in Touchwood, December,
Oh, I love it.
and he's
I love
not doing any, like, he's part of the main group from what I
Yeah,
understand, right?
yeah. I think players like that, and I think what they learned last season is that the modified programs are something that they all are. Like, everyone's on their own. You have your whole team-based program, which the majority will be part of, but then everybody has their own sort of specific things that they need to tick off as the season goes. And like, one thing I don't want people to do is, if you don't see someone at training for a session, just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax. If someone's not out there, if someone I think people, and this is what, and I've been sucked in the past as well with this. They're playing a contact sport, right? People are going to get hurt during training because they're going out there like a match, right? I don't know, they might not. You can't really replicate match play in training. You can to a certain point, but the intensity is completely different. But mate, they're going to get broken fingers. They're going to get dislocated fingers. They're going to get corkies. They're going to get strains. They're going to get injuries are going to happen in pre-season. So just relax and settle the jets when stuff like that happens. Just let it play out.
I like it.
The call for calm before the season starts. The club's stable. The club's not doing a lot of moving. They're just fully focused. So I'm just adhering everyone else to do that too. But you watch, come February, something will happen and we'll all go berserk.
Mate,
That's always the case. That's why, mate, you don't let the prisoners run the prison.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Correct.
You on air tonight?
I am on air. Yes, I'll be on SEN from 6 till 10. So, who's doing the Monday show with you today, Sir Pommy?
I haven't got it confirmed yet, but
Okay.
I'm looking for a co-host. So
Nice. I might drop in for 10 minutes during an ad break tonight. So
yeah,
I'll be on with Mitchy Boy tonight. He's an Essendon man. So big shout out to Mitch. He's a good man down in SEN. So there's plenty going on, which will be great. And Saturday, be there, be
Saturday
square.
on.
We're gonna do a little training update on Saturday, I reckon.
We will, yes.
All right,
So
perfect. I'll bring the makeup.
You don't need makeup, mate. You're beautiful the way you are.
Oh, you're too nice.
All right, Paul. Thanks for calling in, mate.
Appreciate it, mate. No worries. We will chat very soon. Good luck with the show tonight. I'll probably see you tonight.
Thank you.
See you
then.
Ciao.
See you, mate. Bye.
Bye.
All right. We love that. Now, guys, one more bit of business before we finish up. So I've got 3 player previews sitting in the channel unlisted. Tonight's actually going to be a pretty big night for content. So we're going to have a player preview at 6 p.m. I'm going to get you to vote now in the chat as to who it's going to be. I'm going to give you 3 options. We're going to do player preview at 6, BA show at 7, and then at 8 p.m. I actually sat down with Jordan Russell, our newest assistant coach, our forward line coach, met up, went to the club on Friday, sat down with him, did a really cool, good chat about his role. And I think it's more just to make it clear for us what's happening within the 4 walls. So it was very nice of him to give us some time. So that'll come out at 8 o'clock. But got 3 previews that I want you to vote on that I will, depending on what this vote says, I will premiere tonight. Which preview? New one. So the 3 are Sam Walsh, Tom De Koning, or Jack Martin. So the winner of this poll on YouTube right now, just click up. It should show up any minute. I'll give you a couple of minutes and then I'll schedule the winner of this poll to come up at 6 p.m. You can do your votes now. I'm doing them a little bit different this year. So they're not going to be in number order. They're just in random order. I'll have a guest from here on from the majority of them. So I've done 5 with Joe. I'll get some with Paul, get some with Pommy. Anybody else want to do some previews? Feel free to reach out. We can film a couple. Sam Walsh out to a very early lead, 41% of the votes. No surprises there. What? Thoughts, Terry? On what? Wait, what? I don't understand. Always in Kemp should have never got dropped. Well, maybe you should go have a chat with Michael Voss. Look him in the eye and tell him that you know better than Michael Voss. See how that goes for you. I think Kemp would have loved to see Kemp play in that prelim, but also Marchie was sensational. I don't think he would say it to his face personally. I don't know. Just got a feeling. No real photo when the profile photo generally tells me that. All right. 30 votes. Sam Walsh in front. Boyd was very good. Yeah, the poll is in the chat. If you just go into the live chat, it'll just show up. It's like highlighted in blue. You wanted to say to Harry Mackay's face that he should have got bread on Favola to show you how to kick straight. Well, do it. Go down to the club. Go on Sunday. Go on Saturday. We'll all be there watching you. Oof. I think Sam Walsh is winning this one, guys. I'll give it one more minute. It's a good point, Paul. It's a very good point. If we are into this manifesting, then Jamar, I mean, how can you put Sam Walsh in a poll and not expect him to win? So these ones here, so for the players that we do previews for that you see from here on, there's also highlights in there as well. Been able to find a way to get some highlights in there. So keep a lookout for that. I will call it. Sam Walsh is the winner. So 6 p.m. Sam Walsh 2024 preview. 7 p.m. BA show. 8 p.m. interview with Jordan Russell. There you go. Guys, happy Monday. Thanks for tuning in. See you at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock.